Hi there. So today I want to talk about how you can kind of frame your face better, especially if for some reason you're not able to use your whole array of makeup, or maybe you never want to use a lot of makeup. I was reminded of this not last week, the week before. I had a sty, and while not, it wasn't tragic or anything like that. It wasn't horrible. It was just, it itched and it was irritating, and I knew I didn't want to use any eye makeup, so I didn't. However, when I say eye makeup, I mean right around my eye. No mascara, no eyeshadow. But what I did do was I was very intentional with using my makeup for my eyebrows. I believe that eyebrows completely frame our face and can change the way we look. I'm Amy. Let's have fun. So, a few years ago, actually, I think it was maybe even 10 years ago, I walked into Ulta, and first, I think they were doing makeup tutorials. Someone was doing brows, and so I let them do my brows and then some other little bit of makeup. And when I came home, my middle son looked at me and said, "Mom, you look 10 years younger." Well, I knew the only thing that I had done differently that day was my eyebrows. And so I had the little light bulb go off over my head and went, oh, eyebrows are important, and even more important as we age. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up with this camera, but I have the start of some Gandalf the Grey hairs in my eyebrows. So I've got some just completely white hairs. And I am not averse to I'm growing my hair out. I'm going to go gray. I think you might be able to see that. So I'm letting that go. I'm all for gray. I'm not quite for gray eyebrows yet. Now, I'm sure there'll probably come a day when I would do maybe a charcoal gray eyebrow, something like that. But for right now, we're going to up our look by upping our eyebrow game. So there's a couple of different things you can do. There are specific products for eyebrows. Not everybody would have them. This is one product that I love. It's Pimp My Brows. I've talked about this in a different video, and I do really like that. This one, you can't see anything because it's worn off, but this is an e.l.f. product. So this is specifically for eyebrows. It's just a little teeny tiny brush for your brows. But the thing that I want to talk about, but you can use other things if you don't have eyebrow specific products. You don't have to run out and get something for your eyebrows. Now, the only thing that I would say is that I don't quite have the right products for it, because I would be using mascara. Now, my mascara is black, and while I'm not ready for gray eyebrows, I'm not exactly ready for pitch black eyebrows on my face for my coloring. But it doesn't mean you couldn't get mascara in brown, light brown, purple if you wanted to do that. Honestly, when my eyebrows go completely gray, I might do like deep green. Why not? Why not have fun? And I was also reminded, now granted, a lot of mascaras you go in even to a drugstore and they're $11. However, our friend, the dollar store, $1.25 for a mascara, and a brown mascara at that. Now, this one is not brown, this one is black. But I just want to show you what you can do with it. I'm going to be looking down here so I don't completely mess everything up. Oh, I can't see a thing. That's awesome. Okay, I can't see a thing. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be very, very black. I have to use my little mirror. Otherwise, I won't be able to see a darn thing. And I've already made a little mistake. That's another trick. Do you see that? Oh, wow. All right. Well, I'm really adding some color. The other thing that happens besides the gray hairs is that it becomes much more sparse. I've noticed that while I still do have hairs in here, if I don't have a color on them, they're invisible. So yeah, this is very dark, and so I think what I'll do then is take my old school eyelash brush. Actually, this isn't too bad. It really isn't. I know it's black, but you can see the difference, just the way obviously it's darker, right? But I do feel like the framing now is so much different here than here. So that's one thing that you can use. Once again, I wouldn't use black mascara. Unless your hair is naturally black, then of course use black mascara. That's what you want. The other thing is eyeshadow. So I've got an e.l.f. palette right here. Oh, that's a little cracked. And I'm going to use the darker brown. And once again, well, dang it. I thought I had my Q-tips. But I will just use this again and use the brush side instead of the comb. I'm just going to pat it in there. I'm going to, not quite so much. There's my mirror. And then start here again. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm sure you can, I'm hoping you can see the difference. I'm going to pat a little bit more on the tip. So this was the mascara side, and this is the eyeshadow side. Now, I feel like with both of these, you would have to be careful to not just like, rub everything. I mean, you'd want to be careful with that anyways, but this is not a waterproof mascara, and of course eyeshadow can rub off easily. So that's something that you might want to consider. Now I'm just gonna see if I can take everything off with this. And go back to just my natural eyebrows again. And I just want to also say that if you don't have any of those things, so the other thing that I would use is castor oil. And I just take a little drop, put it on my hand. I already did it on this eyebrow, but I was flailing for the name of castor oil. So I'm going to put it on this eyebrow. And what the oil does is, first of all, it just kind of tames the hairs down so that they're all going in the same direction. It gives it a little bit of a sheen. And the added benefit is that castor oil is known to grow your hair. So I know a lot of people who use it for their eyelashes and their eyebrows, and it should make it thicker. Now, granted, I think you have to actually be consistent with that and do that every day, potentially a couple times a day. So there is my very easy peasy, lemon squeezy way to frame your face. If you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, you put your eyebrows on and then maybe some kind of lip gloss, and I think you're set to go. Thanks so much. Happy you're here. I'll see you the next time. Bye.